When allegations started to fly around about Ava Chris Tyson, MrBeast didn't take long to tell us that he'd taken action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. He went on to say, "I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions." He said he'd hire an independent third party to conduct an investigation. He's been silent until today when he released this tweet, and I can do no better than read it out for you. A 3-month investigation into allegations regarding my company has concluded. The law firm investigators reviewed millions of documents, messages, and concluded 39 interviews. I was asked to refrain from making public statements to enable a detailed and unbiased investigation. Below are their conclusions. And he's pinned a 1.5 page email to the tweet, which is really a very high level summary of their findings and not the detailed report that they will have provided to MrBeast himself. So let's read this one as well. So just the context, it's an email and it's addressed to the board of directors of MrBeast LLC, and it's from a company called Quinn, Emanuel, Urquhart and Sullivan LLC, the law firm. Sending the email is someone called Alex Spiro, and it doesn't say whether he is a lawyer, a partner, or just somebody forwarding on the message. So here we go. Internal investigation, key findings and conclusions. Dear Board of Directors, as you know, in July 2024, MrBeast LLC, the company, engaged Quinn, Emanuel, Urquhart and Sullivan LLP to conduct an internal investigation into specific allegations made publicly, incidents reported internally, and issues raised by employees in interviews, including with respect to current and or former company personnel and the company's workplace environment and culture. At your direction, Quinn Emanuel immediately launched a comprehensive investigation, which has now concluded. The following sets forth certain key findings and conclusions from the investigation without waiving any applicable privileges, including but not limited to the attorney-client privilege and work product protection. As an initial matter to protect the investigation's integrity, on July 31st, 2024, Quinn Emanuel requested that a former employee, Dawson French, cease making public allegations against the company, as those were the topic of an ongoing investigation. We also requested that current employees refrain from public comment to ensure the investigation yielded accurate information and that witnesses were not tainted. The intent was to foster candid interviews and complete cooperation with the investigatory process. Quinn Emanuel conducted 39 interviews of current and former employees. Over 4.5 million documents collected from mobile phones, emails, telegrams, Discords, WhatsApp and Slack were processed and reviewed. The collaboration and cooperation sought at the outset were achieved throughout the process. Quinn Emanuel thoroughly investigated all public allegations and any others that arose during the investigation. The investigation produced the following significant findings. Allegations of sexual misconduct, e.g. paedophilia, grooming, child pornography, etc. between company employees and minors are without basis. The allegations were soundly rejected, including by alleged victims. Allegations of the company knowingly employing individuals with proclivities or histories towards illegal or questionable legal conduct are similarly without basis. Here too, the allegations were uniformly rejected. Several isolated incidents of workplace harassment and misconduct were identified during the investigation. The company was informed of each conduct and took swift and appropriate actions to address the incidents, including, where necessary, disciplining or letting go of implicated individuals. As you are well aware, the company has grown exceedingly quickly from a YouTube startup comprised of a group of talented young individuals to a much larger entity. It is not uncommon that policies and practices essential in a mature company would lag behind commercial success. This appears to have been the case here and has, in certain instances, allowed for inappropriate conduct. It is clear that the company is committed to remedying historical issues and creating a mature culture where problematic behaviours are not tolerated as it enters this new phase. The company has already implemented or is in the process of implementing changes to ensure a safe and professional corporate culture today and moving forward. These include sending a clear message regarding tone at the top, hiring a new Chief Executive Officer, Chief People Officer and General Counsel, and soon to be hired a Chief Financial Officer. Implementing mandatory corporate training for all employees, developing new policies codified in an employee handbook, establishing an anonymous reporting mechanism hotline for employees, swiftly terminating individuals who violated company policy, regardless of their position or level within the company, identifying additional employees for targeted training and executive coaching to address professionalism and compliance with company policy. This officially concludes our investigation. We remain available if you need any follow-up or have further questions. Very truly yours, Alex Spiro. So this is where I have a problem with this sort of public announcement. It seems all very well and good and, addressed things that seem to be in the public eye, but without the terms of reference to look at exactly what was being requested from the law firm and their exact findings, we're really none the wiser. Let me give you an example. Here where it says allegations that the company knowingly employed individuals with proclivities blah blah blah, well, the law firm is clearly saying it's without basis. What it doesn't address is what my understanding is common knowledge, is that there was somebody employed at the company that did have those proclivities. Now, the company didn't knowingly employ them, probably, but when the company found out, what actions did they take? Were they horrified? Did they put some measures in place to make sure everybody was safe? This is a company, after all, that makes videos for children. Well, when those children were around the company, I hope there were some measures in place to safeguard them. I could make a very similar point about the first bullet. What exactly were the terms of reference and what exactly were the law firm trying to establish? The allegations were soundly rejected. Well, what allegations? We've no idea really what they were looking at. The third bullet is really a softball, several isolated incidents of workplace harassment, Really, it's taking the opportunity to say the company was informed and took swift and appropriate action. They're on top of it. They're doing what's required. They've realised the error of their ways. It says nothing to me, that third bullet. The suggestions and the things that the company's already doing are all quite sound, I think. I was quite interested in the first bullet because of the way it's worded, sending a clear message regarding tone at the top. It did make me wonder whether MrBeast had come in for some criticism himself somewhere in the report, possibly because of this blurry line that there seemed to have been between mates and work colleagues for quite some time, I think. I guess there'll be quite a lot of people trying to read between the lines here, but you really can't without the specific terms of reference and the report laying out the facts. You just can't tell what allegations have been addressed or not. So they are going to continue to hang around MrBeast. I don't think this letter is good enough as something that might put the matter to bed, for example. So MrBeast, I guess by his own words, is now free to speak on these matters. Before he said that, he'd been asked to refrain from doing so. So will he or won't he? We'll have to wait and see. My guess is that somewhere or other he's trying to line up an interview with a reporter or such like that will be as softball and as kind to him as possible and can then say he's addressed all the matters, he did the interview, let's move on. Just my guess, that's all. Bye for now.